Welcome back, trainers. I hope you had an amazing weekend. I just want to thank you guys for all the support on my last video. It seemed like you guys really liked it, so I wanted to play a similar team. It's honestly like the same team other than me switching out Dusclops for Haunter, and it still run the same moveset, and I wanted to see how it would do. I felt like at times Haunter was very glassy. It was a bit of a spicy pick, but it still will work well. But I think if you have a Dusclops, it would definitely work a lot better just because it's a lot tankier. So right here, it's an awkward matchup going against the Toxapex. Some of these matches, what I try to do is work my way up to making the opponent think I might have a potential Poltergeist. So I do get some shields with that. But as you can see, the team is all the same. Got the Venusaur, Stunfisk. Only difference is the Dusclops there. And guys, if you guys enjoyed the video and want to keep watching content like this, please leave a like and also consider subscribing. Right here, our opponent ends up swapping out. Looks like they want to stay in the matchup, so they're bringing Manabuzz, and I want to see how much this would actually do. And Manabuzz is so tanky, and I know it's not stab, but normally this Ice Punch does a lot of damage, especially to Altaria. Get the Ice Punch there, and I decided to finally switch out, and this should just be a foul play. So this is perfectly okay. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll probably need to reach 2 Rock Slides to be able to take it out. Got to the Rock Slide right here, and I don't think I'm gonna shield. I'm just gonna go ahead and just let it go. And it's almost about to be taken out. So I'm gonna go, I don't shield this, and I think I'm gonna go ahead. I don't think I farmed out. I totally forget. I played these battles this morning. Okay, no. So our opponent actually makes this a lot easier for us. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and shield this and work my way up to the back-to-back Rock Slides. So this is perfect. So my opponent actually made this a lot easier for me because it was gonna be a little bit awkward with the Manabuzz. They let it go, and now they're bringing in Trevenant. Okay, and I'm thinking, okay, so this is going to be really interesting. I'm going to go ahead and Rock Slide this, and they'll probably shield this. Yep, they do shield that, and I'm going to go ahead and do one more Rock Slide, and I actually think they shield that again, and because they shielded that, I decided to bring in my Venusaur. Yeah, so I just don't want them to get even more farm. So this is a little bit dangerous. I'm thinking, man, could this be a Shadow Ball? I'm going to go ahead and shield it. So it's a foul play, so I'm thinking, okay, even if it reaches another one, I'm definitely going to still live. So they're going to go ahead and do foul play again. And foul play is actually not too bad of a moveset, and our opponent does end up catching there, so good for them. That was really good on their part. Now they're bringing in the Trevenant, so this is looking really scary. But the great thing about Shadow Venusaur, it chunks so much with these resisted with the resisted Frenzy Plant. Look at that. And right here, I was debating, should I bring in the Dusclops, but I think I would get Shadow Cloud down. So I brought in the G-Fisk, and I was able to Mud Shot. And I totally forgot, I thought the Toxapex was still there for some reason, but I guess not. So right here, we have a matchup against a Drifblim right here, and I'm just over farming like crazy because I want to think maybe have the Poltergeist. I'm not going to shield this. I know it's just going to be the Icy Wind. So we're all good here, and right here, I finally decided to throw it, and I'm going to be able to grab a shield right here. And boom, yep, grab the shield right there. And I'm thinking, you know what, for this next one, I'm going to go ahead and do Ice Punch. And I don't think I'm gonna shield this. And this is the great thing about it, if you have the Dusclops, it's just so tanky. And I definitely, if I know there's probably gonna be a ton of Duskull when around Halloween time, but well, that's a long ways from now. But I definitely recommend catching them. And if you have one, it's gonna be really good for the Evolution Cup. So definitely recommend having Dusclops. Right here, our opponent actually swaps out. This isn't too bad. I know this is just a power punch, and I don't plan on shielding here. I'm 2 shields up, so things are looking pretty good. Gonna go ahead and Earthquake right here. And also, in this video, I know it's a bit longer, but I do feature losses and I do feature wins, so it'll definitely help you guys probably avoid some mistakes that I make. Some of these matches come very close though. So definitely it would help you with that and understanding the team. So I definitely, if you want to be able to learn how to play, I definitely recommend watching the majority of the video. So right there, we're able to take down the Scrafty, and I'm able to do a catch. They caught my move, so we end up catching back there. And right here, I'm just farming a little bit right there, and they end up bringing in a Wigglytuff to take in the Frenzy Plant. So this trainer definitely loves to catch. So basically, my win con from here, it's going to take them forever to get to a move. So my win con is getting to 2 Frenzy Plants. I'm going to go ahead and throw the first one right here. And I think that was actually CMP too. And what's so crazy is, check that out. This is insane. A resisted move was able to take out the Drifblim. So I'm really loving Shadow Venusaur. It's a freaking beast, man. So right here, this is a really awkward matchup. I was gonna go ahead and just stay in, just do just some damage, and I kind of want to see how much the Stone Edge would do on me. So I decided to stay in right here. Try to farm up to Poltergeist. Regardless, though, that would the Poltergeist does like nothing. Best shit on is so tanky, and they're gonna go ahead and finally do the Stone Edge on me, and I'm like, okay, wow, that does a decent amount. I definitely don't want to stick around this matchup. So I bring in the Venusaur, start farming a lot of energy there, and now gonna go ahead and throw this Frenzy Plant, and this is gonna do so much damage. It's gonna bring the Bastion onto the red, and now they're gonna go ahead and finally throw move, but I need this Venusaur. So I'm gonna go ahead and shield here, and I think I could actually possibly farm it down from that range. They bring in a Cresselia, and I actually faced a lot of Cresselias today. So you definitely build a team out. And this is actually this does pretty well. I had no idea Venusaur would do this well against Cresselia. So definitely would recommend, especially with how many Cresselias there is, definitely have a Venusaur. Right here I'm gonna go ahead and Frenzy Plant, and this is gonna go ahead and would take it out unless they shield. And nope, they don't shield. The Venusaur goes down, and now I'm gonna go ahead and just straight up just go to the Dusclops and get that Shadow Punch off, and it almost takes it out. But of course, the Cresselia is super tanky, and I know it could take a move. And this is what's really good about Dusclops, just because I think Haunter probably would have died to that grass knot from that range. So although it was resisted, so definitely really liking the Dusclops. I had a lot of fun with this team. Our opponent is either they're lagging or debating what they're gonna do. They have an Araquanid, so this is gonna be a bit of an you know, it's kind of I'm wondering if they're gonna go ahead and try to catch. I'm thinking it's possible that they might. They're gonna go ahead and Bubble Beam us to death. Basically, they're gonna go ahead and just spam the Bubble Beam, which is, you know, probably obviously the best choice right here, because then otherwise they'd probably have the Bug Buzz, which makes no sense. Why would you do that? But right here, I decide to start over farming, because I'm like, when are they gonna decide to catch with the Bastion? I'm like, I'm thinking they're gonna catch, so I'm gonna go ahead and just build up. I can comfortably live another Bubble Beam, so I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna be fine here. We're sitting good, so they can go ahead and Bubble Beam this again. And I'm like, dude, when are you gonna switch out? I'm like, you know, this trainer probably doesn't maybe doesn't really catch much, but I'm thinking, are they finally gonna do it? And I'm like, okay, whatever. We got to the Rock Slide. Let's just go ahead and throw it right here, right? And this is gonna be enough to take out the Araquanid. And now they're gonna bring back Bastion on. It is up to a move, I think. They're probably trying to build to the back-to-back. It would be the only way, but there were just no even with the debuffs, I thought that was insane. I thought I wouldn't be able to comfortably farm it down, but I guess I was able to. Onto this match, we got a Galvantula, and we're gonna be able to resist the lunges. So I was thinking they're probably gonna throw Discharge, and Galvantula is also pretty glassy, so I was thinking, oh, you know what, let's just go ahead and do the Shadow Punch. I don't feel like working up to an Ice Punch. And I'm thinking, wow, so that actually did a lot more damage than I wanted to. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Shadow Punch right here. I would need another one to take it out, but they're gonna get to a move. And I think this is just a Bug Buzz, but they are able to, I couldn't reach it. I was so close, look, I was so close, and they just take us out. I go ahead and bring in the Venusaur, and now I'm a little scared, because I'm thinking, what if they have something that just really counters it? But it's a Cresselia, so again, guys, it seems like Cresselias are just roaming the wild right now. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw this Frenzy Plant right here. I know it does a ton of damage, so we're looking good. They go ahead and take that first one, and I think I do end up starting to kind of misplay here, and I feel like I should have caught a move. They're gonna go ahead and Moonblast, and I'm gonna go ahead and just look. I overfarmed too much. And I decided to just let the Venusaur go at that point, because I was like, dude. And you know, luckily I do resist it, so I survive. But I was like, I could have avoided that, and I could have possibly gotten a shield. See, there's the shield. And now they go ahead and bring in a Zangoose. So I'm like, dude, I was playing that matchup very poorly. I'm gonna go ahead and they bring in the Zangoose. And honestly, I could have still won. I do lose this match. We CMP right here, and I honestly should have just let it go, because I know it runs close combat. So they actually bait us there. And I wouldn't have needed that. Basically, at that point, the win con was Venusaur. Had they thrown the... and it would have been good. If I hadn't shielded, it would have just been Night Slash. They would have been forced to throw another Night Slash, or finding the close combat. But unfortunately, we are gonna get we're gonna lose this one. But definitely was very winnable. So definitely learn from my mistakes on that one. On to the next one, we have an Altaria against the Dusclops, and I'm thinking, this is a pretty solid lead. I do run Ice Punch, so but I do mess up here because I do end up shielding early, and the reason why I shielded, I was hoping to just have a ton of energy for this matchup, but the opponent swaps out, and now it's a little awkward. They do have the mud bomb, so I was worried to bring in my Venusaur, although it would have been a really good matchup. So just really poorly played. I'm gonna go ahead and do the Ice Punch right here, and basically, Wishcash is pretty tanky, and I know Dusclops isn't the biggest attacker either, but I'm hoping, man, can we at least take this out? Had it been the Haunter, I would have been nuked right here with the Mud Bomb, but we are able to reach another one. I think we're gonna be able to reach another one. They're gonna head and Mud Bomb us again, and I actually decided to just bank a move there. So I don't know if that was maybe honestly the play, but I just wanted to get some energy. And now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Frenzy Plant. And I was thinking, man, I was hoping that it was gonna be able to chunk just as much as it did with other Pokemon. But now that I was thinking about it, it's double resisted, right? It's double resist, or 4 times resisted against the dragon typing, and then it has the flying. So I'm like, so now it makes sense. I was like, dude, really bad, really bad. And now bringing the Dusclops to just take some of the energy. They're gonna Sky Attack us down. I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the G-Fisk, and I do have, I think, like one fast move advantage right there, but I should have baited. Why? They shield that, and they actually end up baiting us, which costed us this match because now we're behind on energy, and they could easily reach the Earthquake. So these losses are really close, but honestly, they would have for sure shielded the Rock Slide because the Altaria doesn't want to see the G-Fisk, so it would have been a smart bait there to have done. But it is what it is. So we got 3 out of 5 on that set. Moving on to the next one, we got a Shadow Poliwrath. So this is pretty spicy. I'm wondering what the heck does this guy have in the back? And what's really crazy is, so this team was really made to counter the Medi Noctowl core, but surprisingly, I didn't see a lot of them. So I do like this. The meta, it seems to be changing a little bit. I think people are just tired of running that. So I really like this choice of the trainer. Gonna go ahead and just do Shadow Punches. I know they're gonna be able to take me out, no problem there. I'm thinking I'm just gonna farm down all the way with Venusaur. Gonna go ahead and let this go. I don't feel like shielding. I feel like I can comfortably just farm down, and that's what I'm gonna try and do. So I'm bringing the Venusaur. The opponent doesn't want to see that, so I bring in my G-Fisk. A little late in the swap there. Gonna go ahead and Rock Slide, and I just want to shield this right here. I just don't want to just have my I want to try to preserve as much health as I can on the G-Fisk, and our opponent actually ends up shielding this too, so we got to shield back, so it's looking really good for us. I'm not going to shield again. Going to comfortably get to another Rock Slide. Let's see what this trainer is looking to do. Would they invest 2 shields? And if they do, I would think they're really weak to it in the back, but they decided to let that go, and I'm also going to decide to let this go, because from this range, I should be able to actually just farm down the Frostlass. It's going to be no problem right here. We're going to go ahead, and we do end up farming it down, and we do have a lot of energy, so they're going to bring back the Poliwrath. So I think from this range, especially because it's Shadow, I should be able to take out the Poliwrath, and they end up shielding that, and because they shield that, I just go ahead and switch out to the to my Venusaur, and they have an Umbreon, and I'm trying to do my best to keep track of energy. Honestly, it wasn't in my mind that they could have had a Psychic, so that was a little scary after thinking about that. But I'm thinking from this, no, I mean, I was thinking this can't be enough for a Psychic, so I let this go because that's going to be my win con, because the Poliwrath is already close to a move. So going to go ahead and take out the Umbreon with the Frenzy Plant, and it's insane. It did so much damage. It only took 2 Frenzy Plants to be able to take out that Umbreon. They're going to go ahead and do Dynamic Punch on me, and I'm just snuck in a Biome Whip, so they go down there. Right here, and I'm like, see, I like these matchups, just different. I'm not expecting. They bring in a Flygon, and because Dusclops is so tanky, this is going to be such a good matchup for us. I know they run Earth Power. They have Dragon Claw. I'm thinking, why would they throw a Boom Burst at us, right? So, so I'm thinking, yeah, this is probably an Earth Power, or it's going to be a Dragon Claw. And it turns out it was just a Dragon Claw, so we're looking good. We got a shield too. We CMP right here, that's fine. I'm thinking, is it another Dragon Claw? But it turns out it's actually a Nerf power. The crazy thing about Flygon, it gets pretty fast to move. It gets energy pretty quickly. Gonna go ahead and Ice Punch it, and now we're looking good. We're up a shield, and now we get to see what else they have in the back, and we get to throw this move. They got, I think that was a 2 Incinerate, or 1 Incinerate they got in. So they're able to take me out here, bring in the G-Fisk. Gonna go ahead and shield this, force them to possibly swap and find out what's in the back there. They're gonna go ahead and do the Flame Charge, Ice Shield, and they bring in a Swampert. They have like 3 mud shots at what point that I switched out. So I'm thinking, I almost thought we CMP'd, then I was like, oh man, that's a bummer. I ended up shielding this because I know they have build up to an Earthquake, but we didn't actually end up CMPing there. But as you can see, a lot of energy just went waste there. It is what it is. But from this range, they're definitely not gonna be able to get to Hydro Cannon, and I get enough farm. And because it does, we're gonna get the last shield right here. And so we build up to 2, so this is perk for us. We're gonna definitely win right here because this is gonna do 4 times. It's fire and flying, so this Talonflame has no chance. And that was a good matchup. Really like that spice pick with the Flygon there. We got a Dusclops Whimsicott here, so I'm like, this is pretty solid. Because of that Ice Punch coverage, where we're, the Dusclops is doing really well. Facing against the current meta, we're gonna go ahead and do an Ice Punch right here, and it does a pretty good amount of damage. One more would definitely take it out. And I'm thinking, I know it runs Moonblast, the Whimsicott, and I don't know what the other move would have been. And wow, that actually does a lot more damage than I would have thought. They bring in a G-Fisk, and I was a little late to swapping there, so I decided to just stay in the rest of the match. Gonna go ahead and do an Ice Punch, and now I'm gonna go ahead and we actually end up seeing ping right there. And I think this is enough. Actually, no. Look at this. I actually end up living 1 HP in a dream. Let's go. It is an XL Dusclops. I was able to power up all the way. So we end up getting a little bit more damage there. And from right here, I'm thinking, you know what? I want to get some more energy. Gonna go ahead and shield this, and then gonna do like 3 more Vine Whips before I decide to let it go. And finally, okay. When I think we actually end up seeing P right there. I was trying to do it before, and so luckily, yeah, they didn't get to another move. So this is perk for us. Now we have an energy advantage. I know we're down a shield, but we're still looking good. Gonna go ahead and Sludge Bomb this. I know this is probably gonna get the shield, and I was actually attempting to catch. I was gonna attempt to catch right here, and unfortunately, I was off a move, and they're gonna be able to take us out. But I believe this is gonna take out most of the energy, and now we have a G-Fisk. But this is gonna be really close of a matchup. I'm thinking, dude, they could possibly catch, which might be bad for us. But I don't think Whimsicott is that much of a defensive Pokemon, so it might actually take it out. They try to catch, and they're gonna go ahead and just start doing Shadow Balls. And I'm thinking, from this range, can we actually take it out? Because normally it takes like 3 Rock Slides, but because we did some chip damage with some of the Vine Blooms from the Shadow Venusaur, we actually managed to take out the Noctowl, which is awesome for us because we still had a little bit of energy there in the tank, and we're gonna be able to get a Rock Slide. Got the last shield, and I'm thinking there's just no way. Even with the new Fairy Wind move, I don't think Whimsicott can get to another crazy move. Plus, they have Moonblast, and they finally revealed that they had the Grass Knot. G-Fisk is pretty tanky, so I don't think that would have even taken it out. And we comfortably get the win with the Rock Slide. And I think we have maybe like 2 more matches or 1 more match right here. So we're going to have a Dusclops against the Charizard. I'm thinking, you know what, let's go ahead and build up to the Ice Punch. Charizard doesn't have the best defense, so this would actually do a decent amount of damage. We're going to go ahead and Ice Punch it. And this trainer definitely wants to keep the Charizard around because they shield right away. So I'm thinking this is good. And I know because we're tanky, we're going to be able to live a Blast Burn. And I'm thinking right here, it's out of energy. It does sneak in a Wing Attack right there. But I'm thinking, okay, we're going to be fine here. And I'm thinking we should hopefully be able to reach another Shadow Punch. And this definitely wouldn't be able to take it out. But I don't think this trainer was keeping track of my energy. So they actually end up shielding there. And at that point, I think they had like 4 or 5 Wing Attacks that they did. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is for sure going to be a Blast Burn. But check out what happens, guys. They're going to do the Blast Burn, and right here, I'm like, this has to be a Dragon Claw. There's no way this is a Blast Burn. But it is a Blast Burn, so I'm like, dude, what? Was I really that poor, in counting? So gonna go ahead and do the Rock Slide, and then gonna go ahead and bring the Venusaur. right away because I don't want it to get to a Ice Beam, and we CMP on the Ice Beam. Gonna go ahead and throw the Frenzy Plant, and I'm like, are they gonna bring back? I know for sure the Charizard is Energy Dry now. I'm like, but are they gonna bring it back? Nope, they don't bring it back. They're gonna bring in a Trevenant, and honestly, I wasn't counting the moves right there, so I'm kind of like, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and shield this right here, and just gonna do a little bit more damage. And because I'm debating what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and Sludge Bomb it right here and just hope this is able to take it out. And they live with 1 HP, but right as they got to the Seed Bomb, I was able to take them out, and now we're gonna easily be able to beat the Charizard. So this feels good. Taking out the Charizard with a Frenzy Plant, gotta love that. Moving on to next and final match. This match is a loss, but it is really close. Gonna go ahead and this matchup is just so weird to me, but they're definitely chunking us with those with the charm there. Just gonna get to the Ice Punches, and they do resist the Hex, so it does make the matchup a little harder because the Wigglytuff has that double typing, has a normal, is able to resist those hexes. We're gonna get to the Ice Punch right here, and I think it definitely might have had they not resisted, I think we've actually might have been able to just take it out. But their plan is to farm us all the way down. It takes forever to get to a move, so I don't want to bring in the Venusaur because I know Wigglytuff has Ice Beam, so I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and take the energy with the G-Fisk, and we're just going to farm all the way down. And that is the plan right here. We're going to go ahead and just farm all the way down. We're looking good. We managed to farm all the way to Nerfquake, and this is perfect for us. Going to go ahead and now they bring in the Hitmontop, so I'm like, man, this is not looking too good. I wonder what else they have in the back. I'm forced to swap out to the Venusaur. Maybe I could have, honestly, it was so obvious that was a Earthquake. Maybe I could have just baited there and kept a lot of more energy on the G-Fisk. And they have a Hypno, and I'm like, come on, man. So unfortunately, because they do have that Hypno in the bag, and hey, you gotta love that. I mean, this trainer is running Pokemon that no one's running. They have a Hitmontop, they have a Hypno, and I forget what they had in the Wigglytuff. Okay, so you know, I do like this opponent's team right here. Wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna go ahead and use my last shield, and I'm thinking, come on, freaking Hitmontop be glassy, freaking glassy, and hopefully I can take him out with this Earthquake, right? But nope. But had I had that just thrown Rock Slide and baited, I probably could have won that matchup with just getting to the Rock Slide there. But hey, you know, we don't get the 5-0, but we do get 4-1 out of this set. I definitely recommend using this team. It's incredibly fun, and it's, you know, working pretty well, guys. Again, guys, thanks again for all the support on all my videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one.